This time, I'd like to call to order the June 15, 2017 regular school board meeting in Guthrie School District. Roll call, please.
Mr. Archibald?
Here.
Mr. Finn?
Excuse me, there's some of us out here that aren't allowed in, and I thought the sunshine law said that we were permitted to be at any meeting that was supposed to be had here.
Is it the room size?
It's not, we are at maximum capacity.
Thank you. Yes.
Okay, Mr. Root?
Yes.
Mr. Martin? Mr. Leisure?
Yes.
Mr. Ross? Here. Mr. Schenkel?
Yep.
Mr. Schreier? Mr. Schindler?
Here. Please join me in the pledge of the flag. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Down to presentations, Citizen Library Representative, Mr. Grant.
Good evening. I have two things. One is thank you for the hippos. I passed out they're actually really nice. You should come down and see them, Mr. Archibald. But we're gonna have naming contests, all kinds of good things. I noticed in the budget committee meeting that you are reducing the contribution to Citizens Library. One question I had was, I saw the number was 9,000. Is that a reduction of $9,000 or is that reduction to 9,000?
It's a reduction of 9,000.
Okay. Thank you. But other than that, thank you very much for your continued support. It does come in handy. Thank you.
I need a motion for the approval of minutes of May 18th.
So moved. Second.
Motion is second. Any questions on the motion? All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Motion to approve the general fund schedule of bills for May 12th.
So moved. Second.
All motion is second. Any questions on that motion? All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Number 3, I need a motion to approve the food service
So
schedule of
moved.
bills.
Second.
Motion is second. Any questions on the motion? All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Need a motion to approve the treasurer's report for the month of May.
So moved.
Second. Motion and a second. Any questions on the motion? All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Okay, now, we're at public participation on agenda items. I am going to read the restrictions. The Guthrie School District highly values the input of residents in making important decisions that impact children attending the Guthrie School District. Public comment on agenda items provides residents with an opportunity to share their input with the board of directors. Commentary should be addressed to the board as a whole, not to individual members, the superintendent, individual staff members, nor the audience. All public speakers are expected to treat each other and the board of directors with respect. Conduct should not interfere with others' ability to participate in meetings, hinder others' ability to provide commentary to the board, nor impede the board's ability to conduct business. In matters of disagreement, speakers should model for our students how one can respectfully disagree with others' views. Inappropriate, irrelevant, or offensive remarks shall be ruled out of order, and the continuation of such remarks will result in the speaker being asked to leave the meeting. In the event that the speakers are removed from the meeting by our school police officers, charges will be filed with the court system. At this time, the board of directors will entertain public comment on agenda items. Please state your name. Your residency, please. Excuse me a minute, Ms. Francis. We're going to limit these to 2 minutes because I think there's several members that can,
That's
or
fine.
several people.
Lisa Franz, Morris Township. Good evening.
Good evening.
I would like to address, or I'm responding to agenda item number 20 under personnel. It pertains to myself. I guess my question is, it says approve, can you hear me?
Yes.
It says approve Miss Lisa Franz for placement on the McGuffey School District substitute para-educator secretary list, and my clearances, of course, are current. My question is to you, my job, I am the secretary who has been furloughed. So is this common practice? My last day actually is Monday, June 19th. So I guess that's all. I mean, is this what happens, or I don't know if someone could just answer that for me, please.
They're not going to
For
answer.
us to be on the substitute list.
I made a call to Sandy Badillion, and she asked me if I would like to be on the list, and I said, is that even, I've been furloughed. I certainly don't think I would even, unless I'm called back or I hopefully get a job, I probably wouldn't even be available. Then I was told to talk to Michelle Watson, and I said, well, is she there? And Sandy put me on hold, and so she came back and said that Michelle was going to ask Erica and put it on the agenda. It just seemed odd to me. If that's what the practice is, then so be it. You know what I mean?
It's only an option if you want to be placed on the list.
You don't have to be
Right,
placed on the list if you don't want to.
Okay. I mean, do people do that? I guess I'm asking for your advice. I've never been in this situation before.
Yeah, you can sub here, anywhere, get on a list and sub anywhere until you're called back for a full-time position or something like that.
Okay. Okay, that's all I
We
need.
don't have a meeting in July, so we was trying to do that
Do you want to do?
if you wanted
That's
to.
fine. I mean,
by
that's
all-
fine. I mean, hopefully I get called back or I find a job somewhere else, but that's fine. If I could just take a brief second of your time, I'd like to address the school board, and please forgive me, I'm going to read this right off of paper, okay? First off, I have to say, while I'm speechless with all these people, my husband and I have been attending school board meetings for the past 8 years, and you can all attest to this. We are usually one of maybe 2 or 3 community members sitting out here, if that. This turnout is fantastic, and all I say is power to the people. And everyone had told me to have hope. We will be there, and to quote a student, "Don't worry, Mrs. Franz, we got your back." This is what I'm talking about. The entire community needs to pull together and find another way to cut costs in this district. Look at everyone who's turned out. I stand here before you as both a furloughed secretary and the parent of 2 students in this district. One going into 7th grade and one about to enter high school. Put yourself in their shoes for just a minute, and the shoes of all the students in the district. I realize those are a lot of shoes to fill, but try and see it from their perspective. These cuts have rocked their world. Students have just finished up the school year, and instead of looking forward to the summer break, they're worrying what the 2017-2018 school year is going to look like. Will they be able to take that elective they had been offered in the past? Those who have had a year or 2 of a language, I'm sorry, my mouth is really dry, will be asking themselves, will I get another year of language? Those who were looking forward to robotics and engineering are asking themselves, will these even be possibilities now? Will I still be able to take sewing and cooking? What teachers will be where? Since Friday, May 19th, my world has been turned upside down, both as an employee of this district and a parent. I have seen a lot and been through a lot in my lifetime, but having to tell my husband and my 2 children that come June 19th, my job as a secretary is over was the hardest thing I've had to do. After 5 years in the position, I'm being furloughed. I knew I was a low man on the seniority list, but never envisioned this. I don't think any of us saw it coming. You are losing a lot of good people. I hear both staff and students talking and how upset they are. Maybe we need to look at things differently. In the best interest of the students, maybe we need to cut from the top down, starting in administration. Students will be the ones who suffer in the long run if new energetic teachers and this secretary are cut. Due to the declining enrollment, maybe the best answer for the district would be to cut some administration jobs. Just a thought. Thank you for your time, and whatever the outcome tonight, I have enjoyed my 5 years here at McGuffey, and will miss everyone, and especially the kids, who hold a dear place in my heart. Thank you.
Hi.
Hello.
I have a daughter that just finished 8th grade. She'll be going into 9th grade. And I just came tonight. I've never been to a board meeting before, so you guys are going to have to excuse me. I came to one whenever we moved to this district, and a gentleman in the audience said, the conversation was brought up about computers, and he said, this was 20 years ago, and he said, I don't know why we're talking about computers, because my son's going to work on the farm, and I got up and left, and I've never been back, so I'm back. I'm a nurse, I'm a psychologist and a counselor. I work for Highmark. I came tonight to fight for my teachers. You're going to try to get rid of a librarian, a music teacher, that kills me. We all have kids. Remember the concerts, guys? It's the grade school stuff. Come on, don't look away. We all loved them. Really? Really? Computer teachers, elementary teachers. We only offer Spanish here. For 2 years, my daughter tried to get into a Spanish class. Guess what? She can't get in. We need a language to graduate, right? Can't get into a class. When I graduated, and I'm not going to tell you how long ago that was, because it was just a little bit ago, but we offered 6 languages and sign language. My daughter goes to McGuffey, and she can't get into a language, and all he offers is Spanish. Is that a shame? According to statistics, and it's right on Wikipedia and niche.com, only 7 of 140 of your children that graduated are prepared for college. The 2017 college readiness classes place McGuffey 12,496 on the list of college readiness classes. Yeah, is your enrollment down? If you get rid of your librarian, I'm asking a question because I don't know. What, is your library going to become a coffee shop? I heard that as a rumor.
No, it will not.
Are you getting rid of the library?
No.
Okay, thank you, I appreciate that.
Your 2 minutes is up now.
Okay.
You can finish, but from now on, you will stick to the 2 minutes.
Okay, I just wanted to point out kind of what Ms. Franz has said. You guys carry 2 psychologists and a social worker. When my son came through here, which wasn't long ago, you had 1 psychologist. You have 2 psychologists and a social worker. I'm a psychologist, I know what they make. How did you carry on a few years ago with 1 psychologist? Now you have 2 and a social worker. I don't know. You have 5 gym teachers at the high school. 5. You had 2 before. Also, I called around to all the school districts that sits in our AA, and they have more children. All of these have more children in their school district than us. Ringgold, Chartiers, Houston, Avella, Burgettstown, Wash High, West Green, and Waynesburg. All of them do. None of them have an assistant superintendent. None of them. So we are spending $120,000 there. We could save $120,000 there. We could get rid of a psychologist. These teachers we don't replace, and we could keep our teachers. You're going to, in 8th grade, have 1 social studies teacher for 7th and 8th grade. If that teacher's sick, if that teacher needs to go on a leave, you're going to have none, trust me. My daughter went into computer science in 6th grade. She had 1 week of a teacher. She watched movies for the next 8 weeks. Shame on you. Shame on all of you. She watched movies for 8 weeks. She never had computers or science, whatever. She never had it. Never had it. The greenhouse, you guys got a grant for $40,000. I know for a fact You're at over $100,000 right now. Who's paying for that? We are. We are. We all are. Where did you come to a meeting and say, can we have approval for $60,000 more for the greenhouse? And as far as conferences go, I work for Highmark and I have to travel. They send me alone. Why do they both go? Why can't one person go to a conference? That would save a ton of money. I know how much conferences cost. And my last question to you, and I'll leave because I know you want me to leave, is why did you send, I won't say who, because I won't. Why did you send one of your people to Harvard to get their doctorate for $70,000? $70,000. I know you want me to leave, and I will, because trust me, I can go on and on. But we are 43rd% in math and 64% in reading. And your idea is to get rid of teachers? Honestly? That's your idea. You want one secretary in the middle school for 400 children. I'm just shocked and appalled sitting here. Because I know how many of you, I know you. You don't want that for your kids. You don't want that for your kids. But you want it for mine? Really? I'm sorry. I'm sorry I took over your 2 minutes.
Good evening. My name is Charlene Badillion. I am a resident of South Franklin Township. I hold a bachelor's degree in business finance and a master's in business administration. I currently work at Washington and Jefferson College. I'm here to speak about Agenda Item L, Subject 16, Final Budget, the current budget situation, and the need to save money by furloughing and abolishing positions, and to try to find alternative resolutions. You indicated in the board minutes from the May meeting that the following positions will be eliminated, and it was passed unanimously. 1 full-time secondary librarian, 1 full-time music teacher, 1 full-time computer teacher, 1 full-time technology education teacher, 2.5 full-time elementary teachers, a half Spanish teacher, 1 full-time social studies teacher, and 1 full-time secretary. It was also noted that the board direct the administration to conduct an analysis of the staffing needs and to recommend further demotions or furloughs. As a taxpayer of the community, I would like to see that analysis, as there are other employees up for termination this evening during your executive session. In all of these furloughs, I am sure the district is saving money, but to whose expense? Our students? Was there ever recommendations of eliminating administrative positions who earn more to begin with? The minutes read that due to declining enrollment, furloughs were necessary. How about saving the district over $100,000 plus benefits for 1 administrative position? When I was a student at McGuffey, my class graduated approximately 206 students, as compared to the approximately 140 students that currently graduated this year. We did not have all of these administrators with a bigger class size. I would much rather see specialized teaching to smaller class sizes. Was there discussion of early opt-out options for those close to retirement age in lieu of furloughing young teachers? Has there been a review of the current spending levels, especially when it comes to conferences where administrators attend together? Wouldn't sending 1 as opposed to 2 save some resources that can be allocated to the outcomes of students? Why have we paid Harvard $28,245 since September of 2016? Teachers are allocated funding for 6 credits per year. Why are we then paying this much for professional development for administrators? This community is taxed to the brink. We are losing enrollment because nobody wants to move into a district that does not provide a great education. This board needs to start making and asking questions instead of just saying yes to everything that is put in front of them. Thank you.
Roger, how many is on the list?
This is, turn is the last.
Good evening. My name is Jason Kern, East Findlay Township. I am currently the supervisor of transportation, homeless liaison, and the head softball coach for the McGuffey School District. I want to discuss agenda item number 3 under executive session recommendations, the furloughs and the layoffs. I am not here to advocate for my position. I know how well I do my job. The administrators behind me know how well I do my job. I am objecting to your upcoming vote to dismiss me from the district on the grounds that I requested a hearing in writing last week to the board president and the superintendent pursuant to Pennsylvania School Code of 1949, Title 24, PS Section 5-514, removal of officers, employees, etc., and I was not granted a hearing. I am also objecting to your upcoming vote to dismiss any McGuffey employee on the grounds that 6 of the school board members have immediate family members employed by the McGuffey School District, and none of those family members are being furloughed or let go. This is a conflict of interest, and those 6 board members need to abstain from the vote, which leaves 3 board members to vote, which we know that is not a quorum or a vote. One last thing I'd like to add. I've run into several school board members and top administrators over the past couple weeks. They always tell me this is not personal, it's a business decision. I would respectfully disagree. I have a wife, I have 2 young daughters that go here. Now my wife and my young daughters don't have health insurance because of your business decision. It is personal to me. So forgive me for being a little abrupt, but it is personal. And I don't think you took the human element into your decision. Thank you and have a nice evening.
Any other public comment on agenda items? Okay, hearing none. Okay. What's that?
Cable Dale, Buffalo Township. I'm actually just questioning, we've heard a lot of stuff tonight, and I don't know how the school board could respond to the dozens and dozens of questions that we have. And so I just want to encourage us all, and for future meetings, because this is going to happen again and again, to maybe bring one issue that we can address and then have the school board address it, because I heard lots of great questions, but I don't know how you're going to answer any of them, or if any of them are going to get answered.
Just so the public's aware, school board members are not allowed to comment on personnel issues in a public setting.
One of those questions was personal.
I'm sorry?
So I didn't think that all those questions were personnel questions.
No, I understand. I was just making a statement that we cannot discuss personnel issues in an open forum.
Thank you for that.
So that you understand. I appreciate it.
Okay, we're moving on to committee recommendations. The motion to approve the memorandum of understanding between Digital Promise and McGuffey School District.
So moved.
Second. Motion and a second. All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. The motion to approve the memorandum of understanding between McGuffey School District and McGuffey Education Association as provided.
So moved. Second.
Any questions on the motion? All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Hang on.
Where was that?
Two numbers.
F2.
Okay.
We're now on F3.
Okay, F3, Resolution 2016-17. I need a motion to approve resolution number 10, authorizing officers from WACTC to secure and execute a loan
So moved.
roofing project.
Second.
Motion and second. Any questions on the motion?
I got a question.
Okay?
So I understand we're members of that, right? And we're responsible, you said, for a ninth?
There are 9 sending school districts.
Yeah. So they're getting the loan, but what, we're like co-signing? Is that,
We approve a budget each year of what we send to contribute to their operating budget,
which
is based on.
we just got, there was a pretty decent bump in this time.
It was,
Yeah.
and it was based on our membership.
Yeah.
So that budget is determined by the number of students each district sends. So that's why, because we have more students attending, so our expectation for cost goes up.
It went up because we sent more
Yes.
kids.
But this will be budgeted based on a 10-year average, combining both membership and market value in our district. So it was the most fair. So if you have a lot of students who attend, you don't get the bulk of the bill, as well as if you have a really high market value in your district, you don't get the bulk of the bill. This averaged it across the number of sending school districts.
So if 1920 school year, we send half as many as we sent this year.
It's based on the last 10 years.
Oh,
Previous 10.
There are 8 other school districts that are involved with this.
Correct.
So are all the other school districts voting on this resolution this night, this month or something? And
Until all of the districts approve it, they cannot move forward with their roofing project. All districts have to approve the resolution. So they're all voting, but it depends on when their meeting is as to when that occurs.
But they're all subject to the June 31st deadline in this particular case, are they not? Are we not? It's just part of our budget. No?
It's not part of our budget this year.
It's
For
not?
the roof is not, because the first payment for the roof, as I shared earlier, is coming from adult education revenue
I
at
remember,
Western
okay,
Area.
yes, yeah.
So our budget will not reflect this amount until 18-19.
What if one school district decided they just didn't want to participate, as far as like take part in the loan and still send kids to the school?
There's an article of agreement that talks about when school districts want to pull out and join other consortiums.
So if a school did not want to be part of this loan, maybe they have more serious financial problems than others, and they say, no, we just can't afford it, and they don't want to be part of this consortium, then the same loan would be divided between 8 rather than 9.
Not necessarily, because the other sending districts would be able to determine whether that district can leave, essentially. There's an article of agreement to ensure that somebody doesn't get dumped on for the cost of entire projects or the entire operating budget of the facility.
So if another school district did not want to participate in the loan, they will be forced to participate in the loan by the other school districts?
No, the Joint Operating Committee at Western Area would have to go back and look at different measures to seek funding for the loan.
All right.
Any other questions on the motion? All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
No.
Motion passes. Okay, number 5 under F. Need a motion to authorize Dr. Erica Cole. Sorry?
4.
Like 4. Sorry about that. Thank you. Number 4, need a motion to authorize administration to submit grant applications throughout the 2017-18 school year and accept and expend funds according to grant guidelines.
Second.
Motion and second. Any questions on the motion?
I have a question.
Okay.
Who writes the grant?
A lot of us write grants.
Anybody in the
Who writes
administration?
most of the grants for us?
Dr. Jacob.
How much money a year does she make us in grant money?
Over the last 4 years, we've secured as a team $2.2 million.
She jammed it this month.
She individually about 230,000 in the last 2 years.
Thank you.
Any other questions on the motion? All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Now, number 5, I need a motion to authorize Dr. Eckert, call out superintendent to post and advertise or call back furloughed professional staff if necessary.
Second.
Motion is second. Any questions on the motion?
If we're in a position to where we're furloughing teachers and other positions, why would we then want to authorize an opportunity to bring more people on?
Yeah. Our existing staff may not be certified for an upcoming vacancy. We would follow our contractual callback. Furloughed employees would be brought back first.
Gives them the option. Well, I don't know.
Gives who the option?
Us to bring the option back, if we need to. Gives them the option, not to ask us.
Any other questions on the motion? All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. G, Superintendent's Report, Intercare Health System. The motion to approve the agreement between McGuffey School District and Intercare Health System.
Second.
Motion is second. Any questions on the motion? All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Need a motion to approve the agreement between McGuffey School District and Transformation Learning for
So moved.
Second.
motion and a second. Any questions on that motion? All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
I have a question, because the next item is on special ed, and the one previous we just called for is.
Let me make a motion.
You need a motion to ask.
A second
Okay,
first.
okay.
Motion to approve agreement between McGuffey School District and Transformation Learning for Special Education Services.
Second.
Motion is second. Any questions on the motion?
What's